welcome to our block party video for Quilt Sampler. This year is what we're calling it, and this is a month 2 October block, and this is one of them that I'm going to show you and give you a few tips. Following the directions, the pattern sheet here, step number 1. Don't have a copy in front of me. I'm reading it off my computer because I didn't bring a copy home. But you start out with the rectangles. Okay, you're going to cut 8 rectangles like this, and then you're going to have the background square go on there, draw a line, and then you're going to sew on the line, trim it, and cut it. Now, follow it exactly like the pattern shows in this direction. Don't go in that direction. Go this direction like the pattern says. One little tip, when I sew on that line, I actually don't sew right on it. I try to sew just a little bit on this side of it, just right next to it. You don't even really need to see a space between it, but right next to it. That way when you fold that over, it goes all the way to the edge, and then it doesn't end up going something like that where you're seeing that back there. Okay, so do like that, and then after I sew it on, I don't press it. I might check it to make sure it's where I want it, but I don't press it. I mean, I don't cut it yet. I will go press it first and then trim that off. Okay, so I've already pressed it. I'm going to open that up, take a little ruler and trim off a 1/4 inch seam allowance, or you could just cut it off with your scissors if you prefer to do it that way. Okay, so now that's still nice and square on all 4 corners. The next step is you're going to take the background square. Make sure you pick up the right piece. Earlier I was doing this and I picked up the dark square and almost put it on there, and so I had to correct myself, but put on the accent square that you're going to sew right along that line, which is what I've already done here. And so you have 2 squares on here making a unit that looks like that. So from your direction it would be like this, okay? You're going to make 4 of these. So when you make each of them, make sure they all go the same direction, all 4 of them. Okay, you go to step number 2 and you're going to repeat the whole thing, except you're going to go in the opposite direction. So step 2 will be a mirror image of step 1. So we're going to take our rectangle again, take 4 more of these. We have 4 rectangles. We'll take 4 more squares that you've drawn the line on, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. So notice how this one goes this way, this one, the line goes that way. So we're going to sew right next to the line, press it, trim it, and then finish the other end and do that to 4 of them. Okay, I want you to see how I'm sewing right next to the line. And so again, like the thing about that is when you sew here, you have a little heel here, and that actually takes up space, and so that can sometimes keep that from going all the way over. So if you do a scant line across that line you've drawn, then you'll have a little bit of room to make that come out nice and perfect. Okay, so like I was saying on the step 2 pieces that you put together, it's going to be the opposite. And one thing I forgot to mention is on step 1, all your seams are pressed down. So if this is up, because this is the outside of the block, press your seams down this way, the top one and the lower one. Those haven't all been trimmed yet. Okay, on this one, you'll do the same thing, but you're going to go the opposite direction, and you're going to press all your seams up. So on here, I want to show you that this one, first I'll push this down, make sure that that's nice and square, that I like the way it looks, and then I'll go press it up. And then you will go and trim all these seam lines off. That. Okay, and one more here we have. And I have 4 of them. 3 right there. Okay, then you're going to take these 2 pieces and you're going to put them up. And by the way, these should be 2.5 by 4.5 inches because you started out with the 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangle. So when you put those on, if you sewed carefully, it should be that way. Now, these look a little wonky. That's because they are. That's the way it always turns out when you're working with fabric. Okay, so the reason these are pressed down and these are pressed up is when you put these together, the seams lock. So I'm going to put those together like that. The seams are going to lock right there and then right down here, and it'll reduce bulk so you don't have a double seam, double layer here folding over to another double layer over there. You're going to sew those together and your unit is going to look like this. Okay, so you can press your seam to the side or press open. I found that pressing it open kind of reduces a little bulk down here when you're sewing that, and even right here. So that's what I did like to do, and just press it open, and that is that unit. You make 4 of those. So your 3-inch background squares should have a line drawn on the back, and then you are going to line these up with your 3.5-inch dark, or is it 3.5-inch medium squares. Okay, so I lined these up together here, line all these up, and I don't worry about the direction of the print at all. I know that's a directional print, but don't worry about it. And so these are all going to go up together here, and you're going to sew, I'm missing one, you're going to sew a 1/4 inch on both sides of the line. Make it a scant 1/4 inch. Okay, I've sewed a 1/4 inch. I'm going to cut along that line, press these toward the medium, and then we are going to square these up. So I'm just going to take my little ruler here. You can use any ruler. You know, we talked about block lock, tucker trimmer. You can use your regular Creative Grids ruler. It's helpful if it has a line on it. One, such as this one here, 2.5 inches. My 2.5 markings are inside my block unit. I'm going to trim that. This is a basic range ruler, but you can just use your regular 6.5 or 4.5. It's only a 2.5 inch square, so you can use a little bitty one. Okay, so my seams come right to the corners, right? They're not off a little bit. The reason we cut these squares 3 inches instead of 2 7/8 is to give you that room to trim off a little bit. If we cut these at 2 7/8 and expect it to come out with an exact 2.5 inch square, it's going to be a little wonky because this is not even exactly perfect right here. So it's nice to have room to square them up. So then you'll take, let me finish this one. Again, go here. Trim that. Okay, so with one of those units that you make, you'll have 2 half square triangles. I'm going to take my dark red square and my background white square and put it together to make a unit. So we will turn that around like that so you can see it. And like I mentioned before, you just to help put these together, I just think of, you know, that's like a little butterfly, and then the white one goes up here, the colored one goes next to these colors, and that makes the corner unit. You'll make 4 of these. Okay, so the pattern doesn't show in the diagram which ones to sew together first, but sew these 2 together and then these 2, not these 2 and these 2. These 2 this way, and then when you sew these together, it's going to look like that, and then press your seam down, I believe it says, yes. So I have arrows on here. The arrows show the direction in which to press those seams to help you remember. And then when you get that all done, you'll have your 4 corner units here. Your center units go on these 4 sides, and then your plain square in the middle. So you sew these 3 together, these 3, and then join the rows, and you're all done. When you make these blocks, always try to make sure that you have a 1/4 inch seam allowance at the points all the way around. Okay, if you don't, then it's probably your seam inside is too narrow or too wide, and things just aren't coming together. Work on that. If you sew along here and it's not coming out, or along here, and one side's a little longer than the other, then take it out and put a pin there. Make that fit in there just right, and then pin it here and sew that together. And you might have to do some easing in if it's off just a little bit, but you want them to turn out lined up all the way around. One more thing I wanted to mention before we finish is instead of drawing the lines and sewing along the line to do those corners, those angles on those rectangles, you can use your folded corner clipper or your simple folded corners ruler. And I want to give you a couple tips on that. So if you've never used those before, this is how it's done. And so you'll take your, let's start with the number, this is the number 1 unit right here. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to lay this on here, and so that I don't get confused putting this on here the wrong way, I'm just going to draw, I'm looking at my pattern, and I see the line goes this way, so I'm just going to draw a little line just to remind me, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go like this, trim it off, and sew it on there, and you have a nice perfect little corner up here. They really turn out nice when you do it that way. Now, you don't really have to draw, I didn't really draw the line, I just kind of made a scratch line on there just to show the direction. But if I do one and then I have that in front of me and I have these others in front of me, then I'll know, okay, let's see, that's going that way. I will put this on here and do that again. The negative thing about doing it this way is if you happen to sew it the wrong way, you've messed up because you've already cut it. Whereas if you do it the way the pattern shows, if you mess up and you haven't trimmed it yet, then you can rip it out and sew it on the other direction. If you make a mistake on the step 1 and go the wrong way, you can make that a step 2 unit, and then, you know, make the 4 that you need to look like this. After you get that on there and you have to put your little accent on, make sure again that that's going in that direction. So I'm going to do this. Let's see, how do I do that? Turn it around. My line goes this way, so I want my ruler to go the same way. Trim it off, and there we go. And it looks like that. Okay, now to do the other side, then you're going to reverse things. Okay, so then these have to go this way. So let's see, I'm just going to go like that to remind me. And this one I could do this way. But this one I'm going to have to turn and go like that to have the right angle. So it's right in front of me because I'm left-handed and I'm right-handed and I go that way. And so I will cut that, and then they all look alike. Okay, one more. Have to lay it this way on the other side. And then when I do my other one, that will get pressed up. Do my other one over here. Have to lay that on there. Okay, that one's going to have to go turn this way. And if you're doing the simple folded corners ruler, that would go on here. Where's the 2.5? Right there, 2.5, 2.5. And there you go. So just be aware that when you use these, you have to make sure you're right the first time. And when you put, anytime with either method, whenever you put one on, you go to do the next one, make sure it's going in the same direction. If you go this direction, you're going to end up with a flying geese unit. When you do the corners, I want to point out a little tip here, which I made one wrong yesterday, and I picked up the wrong color. I picked up the accent to put in here, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted the dark color here. So this I'm going to have to rip out, and because you have both sizes. So just have all your pieces lined up ahead of time so you know what you're picking up and using, and it should all come together pretty easily.